My name is Reverend Luke Udhiambo Awino, and I'm a pastor in charge of the youth ministry at the Africa Inland Church Milimani in Nairobi, and I thank God because of that opportunity of service. The idea of a distinction, or the question of a distinction between secular and sacred, has been with us for years. And two things that come to our mind is what really is secular, what really is sacred. Now, in many of the literatures, actually people have attributed what is secular to be worldly themed and what is sacred to be Christian themed. But again, that one poses another question. God is the one who created everything. How can you start, distinguishing between that this is secular and this one is sacred? And yet God is the one who created everything. Now that's a very good view, that indeed God is the one who created everything. There is nothing that ever was, is, and will be without His sanction. He is a creator. He is all in all. But again, that same God also gives us two critical words in the Bible. The first word is the word ecclesia, which means the church. And the other word is the word that is actually translated hagiasmosis, which means holiness. Now, these two words here, the word the church actually literally mean being called out of. And the word holiness means being separated from. Now, the same God who has created the universe and created everything that we have is also calling upon people to be called out of, become a church, to be separated, to become holy. And so that one also pushes us now to think of how do we then deal with this idea of, secular and sacred, or listening to secular music, watching secular movies and things like that. Now, this same God who created and also has introduced us into being called out, and also has introduced us to the whole idea of being separated, we need to really know that then everything that God created, He created to be good. Everything that is good. But you and I know that in Genesis chapter 3, because of sin distorted almost everything. And we can only find the right thing when we find it in the redemption that is being brought by the blood of Jesus Christ. Friends, even as we get to introduce this bit of secular and sacred, my take will be, God created everything, both what we consider Christian theme and what we consider world theme. However, God is also calling us to be called out, to be separated, to be a church, to be holy. And that then dictates the things that happen in our lives in as far as what we choose to build on is concerned. A good example is, if I have been called out, or if I have been separated, then everything that I take in should actually relate to that which has been separated from me, that distinguish me from just any other person, from any other creation which is God's, but to this group of people that has been separated, holy, to be a church, to be called out. So if I'm watching a movie, for example, that is igniting my mind for, immorality, a movie that is, having, satanic ideologies, if I'm, listening to music that has violence, I'm loving, movies that have nudity, those are things which are not going to build these other aspects of me called being separated or be called out. And so that is how I will respond to that question. God created everything is okay. No wonder Paul says everything is okay, but not everything is permissible. So we choose what is permissible. We choose what is going to build this other aspect of us, if indeed we are Christians, that separates us, that calls us out. God bless you.